Hey, so welcome back to day two of 75 Hard. Hopefully you were able to check out the links in the video one, and so you'll learn what this challenge is about. This is just my personal take on it as I'm going through and learning some things myself. So this is day two. For day one, you should have already, drunk your water, done your two workouts, one outdoors, preferably both 45 minutes. Okay, you should have read 10 pages. If you're a spiritual person, added something spiritual to that, and yeah. So hopefully you're on track and you didn't blow it on day one. Did you blow it? Come on, some of you blew it. And guess what? If you blew it, I want you to go to back, just like 75 Hard, I want you to go back to video number one, and I want you to, for the sake of yourself, to have the feeling when this is all done that I did this. Okay? So if you blew it, go back and watch video one, just like Andy's program says. Okay? If you blew it, no big deal. Just go back to one, man. I've done this so many times that I don't care to count anymore. So, but this is day number two. Okay, so today we're going to talk about your origin story. In a little bit you watch a video about my personal origin story. So every really great spectacular person that you see, Steve Jobs and Elon Musk and Mark Cuban, you always see this awesome origin story, the story of their humble beginnings. Okay, and I'm a big fan. My favorite book says, don't forget the days of my humble beginnings, of picking green beans for farmers and winning a 10-speed bicycle because my dad was poor. And so I, at Burger King, filled out a raffle and I won a Huffy, I don't know if they're still around, but Huffy 10-speed bicycle. And so that was my transportation. Okay, we grew our own vegetables, all this kind of stuff. So I have a really great origin story, and so I put together a short video after this that hopefully you'll enjoy. And as you go through, think and say, wow, all right? And part of the fun was going back through all the photos, all the memories up here, and you think, man, all those times I thought my parents were really retarded and stupid, and oh man, my friends drove me crazy. You go back to those memories and you realize it actually helped me become the person that I am right now. And so what I want you to do is realize that you are an amazing person. You were created on purpose for a purpose. And this program might be a way for you to go ahead and realize that dream, okay? But you have an origin story. So what I'd like you to do is, number one, is just take time and say, go ahead and reflect on that. And really think, like we've all had good and we've had bad times, right? We've all had amazing mountaintop experiences like, oh my gosh, yeah. We've had those kind of experiences like, oh, yeah. And then we've had the experiences where you're like, just, enough, right? So go ahead and reflect on that, the good and bad, because both of those sides of the equation, right, it made you who you are right now. And it made you able to sit here today and say, you know what, I'm capable of more, and I'm going to start expecting more out of myself. So I'm doing this right along with you. Today I've had my water so far. I've done my walk, and it's like 80 degrees outside. So I don't know where you're at in the world, or if you're in a different part of the world, but here in the Ozarks, it is gorgeous. The birds are chirping in my trees. The wind is blowing, and it's 80 degrees. It's perfect. Go out and sweat. I'm fat anyway. I can use the walk, right? So I've done that, and I'm on track. Okay. And while I was out, of course, I'm reflecting on my origin story. So, and it turns out it's like, wow, you have an amazing story of your own. So I want you to start number one and reflect on that. Okay. Write it down. If you're not somebody that keeps a journal, write it down and say, I'm really thankful for these things because these were the pivotal moments in my life that allowed me to be where I'm at, to get where I'm going, so that we can say, hey, no matter what's happened to me, my best is yet to come. Okay, I'm just getting warmed up in my career. It doesn't matter what people say and think and do. I'm just getting warmed up. So my best is yet to come. So go ahead and reflect. Number two, I want you to refocus your dreams. We talked a little bit about that yesterday. When I say refocus, what I mean is, number one, just learn to dream again. We live in a world that's so negative and so unkind to everybody. And we forget that, my favorite book says, man, whatever I dream up, right? I can do this because I have the mind of my maker inside of me to kind of percolate all these ideas, and I can make it happen, right? You've heard that phrase, whatever the mind of man can conceive, it can achieve. There's a lot of truth to that. With 10%, less than 10% of our capacity, I mean, we got Elon Musk putting 170 boosters and throwing things up in space. It's like, wow. Okay. So learn to dream again, whatever that means for you. Some people, a dream is just, man, I want to be debt free. I want to have the relationship of my dreams. I want this, that, the other thing. I want my career to be amazing. Or in my case, right? The purpose of this channel. I don't want anybody's stupid decisions affecting my life again, right? Because I don't do well with stupid, right? Hey, would you connect to the network? I would, but you don't have a laptop. Or let's take the perfect one. Your internet is down, right? You're on the phone with tech support. Hello, thank you for calling tech support. And you're like, yeah, my internet's down. Oh, did you try www? No, dum dum. If I had internet, I could go to the internet. Stupid, right? It's that kind of stuff, right? In the employment field, saying, I want you to do a task, but it's not defined, and I need to know how long it's going to take you. You know what? There's a finger I could hold up and a word I can say, but I can't because YouTube will censor me. So anyway, let's think bigger for ourselves, shall we? So let's refocus your dreaming. You can do it. Dreams without plans are going to be irrelevant. So as you're dreaming, you're gonna set some things out. And tomorrow on day 3, we're going to go through an exercise, an example. It's not hard in stone, but how you can create your own brand. Okay. Years ago, there was a guy named Tom Peters, Tompeteris, and he wrote a book called You, Inc. In other words, you are your own brand to the world and the people around you. Never mind that boss, right? Successful people always think between their head here and they say, hey, I am self-employed. I am my own brand. So if you don't like me, there's somebody out there that'll buy my brand, okay? Buy my way of thinking, buy my products, my services, whatever, all right? So you're gonna go ahead and dream, but you're gonna make some plans, because if you don't plan, right? My good book says, hey, my dreams without plans, as I plan them and I submit them to my maker, they'll succeed. Which one? I don't know at this point, but I'm gonna do a bunch of things and then make one or all, right? And the book of Proverbs, it says, Solomon said, hey, again, my favorite book says, submit my plans to my maker and they'll succeed, right? Yeah, in my heart, right? My little emotions. Oh, I really feel to do this. Okay, guard that, because that's where the issues, right? They flow from here to here to here. So be careful. And so you're going to want to get a handle on that, and you're going to want to plan. And it says, hey, in your heart, you plan. But my maker determines which ones succeed. So my maker can't help me if I don't turn around and use the noggin he gave me and write stuff down and begin to make a plan, okay? And turn those plans into, thirdly, action, right? You can dream all you want, but if it doesn't turn into reality, who cares? It's a mood exercise. So on day 2, right, by now, you're getting in the habit of drinking your water and all this stuff. So it'll be just second nature to you when this is all said and done. And that's cool. That's cool. And lastly, return to a place where you can say, I achieve things, which is the mantra of this channel. I achieve because I have the capacity for my maker to achieve. And mostly, I think everybody feels the same way in today's world. I don't want other people's stupid decisions affecting my life in that capacity. We all have to eat. We all have to put a roof over our heads in these crazy times, okay? Maybe in the future times will calm down, but I'm still gonna have to feed myself, clothe myself, and have a career and do all these things, right? Okay, so I'm gonna retain in my mind a place where I can say, hey, other people's stupid decisions aren't gonna affect my life. And like we said, man, you don't have to look very far. Stupid is everywhere. I mean, stupid is over here, stupid's over there, stupid's over here. Some guy says, hi, you're like, hey, dum-dum, how you doing? Or in Boston, you say, hey, Fa Naga, how you doing? What's up, right? Or if you're friends of that TV show, if you're old enough to remember this, from the 80s called Friends, the old Joey Tribbiani, yeah, how you doing? Yeah, you don't want to do that, right? Anyway. So let's finish this up by saying, every day you get up, I want you to say, as an affirmation to yourself, no more stupid. You see that at the pre-roll of every video at the beginning. Like, no more stupid. No more stupid. I was lazy, now I'm not, okay? I was a complainer and a whiner, now I'm not. Now I'm results oriented, okay? I don't care what happened in the past, I care what happens in my future. And with that in mind, we're gonna agree that, look, no matter what happened to you, let's think about your origin story and remember that your best is yet to come. And no matter what life throws at you, you can succeed because other people's decisions don't have to affect your life anymore. And then whatever your mind can conceive, it will achieve. So good luck. Day number 2, sign off. Thanks for joining. Comment below, invite people, there's just a wealth of information coming. So I appreciate your watching, and remember, no more stupid.
when I first got married, it was hard for me. I was an engineer. What did I do? I solved problems all day. And I couldn't stop. I'd come home from work and I'd solve. My wife would give me a problem and I'd solve it. And it turns out to not be a skill necessary in marriage. Yeah. One time she said, I feel fat. I said, reduce your caloric intake, increase your activity. That is not the correct answer. The correct answer is, you're pretty. So I wrote that down. I got better at it. I learned. I started collecting data, because that's what engineers do. And I put it together. I called it The Engineer's Guide to Life. And your results may vary, by the way. Do your own studies. But a lot of truths came out of the data. The first one, I plotted, and not a lot of guys do this. I plotted the chances of me winning an argument versus time. And 3 distinct periods popped out of the data. When we were first dating, I had a 50-50 shot in any argument. I had no inkling at the time that those were the glory days. That is the best I would ever do. Because once we got engaged, it immediately dropped to 1 in 4. And then since I've been married, I am 0 for 963. I actually thought I won one argument. We argued about who won that argument, and I lost the argument about who won the argument, but I think I won one. So my question was, why am I losing so many arguments? So I did what any good engineer would do. I flowcharted an actual argument we had. This is a true story. When my son was little, I had a mobile of all the planets that I was going to hang from the ceiling of his room, right? So I hung the sun and Mercury and Venus and the Earth and Mars, and I went to hang Pluto, because it was in the box. And I went, oh wait, Pluto's not a planet, I'm not going to hang it. And my wife said, yes, it is. Pluto's a planet. We learned it at school. It's the 9th planet. It's the one all the way out there. It's the 9th planet. No, actually, it's been downgraded. It's a dwarf planet now. It's not a planet. She goes, yes, this is where the argument started. Watch where it goes. It's stunning. So she says Pluto is a planet. I say no. She says, are you saying I'm dumb? That is what we call a trap. Because if I say no or yes, that leads to divorce. I'm not an idiot. I don't say that. I say no, I'm a good husband. She goes, I don't like the way you argue. You're using science and logic and math. You are saying I'm dumb. Again, if I say yes, that leads to divorce. So I say no. She goes, why don't you respect me? You don't even care about my feelings. This is a trap in the other direction. Right? Because if I say no, I don't care about your feelings, that leads to divorce. So then I say yes. She goes, well, do you want to sleep on the couch? And well, frankly, that's not really an option. So in our house, Pluto is officially a planet. In fact, it is my favorite planet now, by the way. I redid the mobile. Pluto is now the center of the universe. All the other planets revolve around Pluto. It's a great planet.